Hello, 9th of August. It's about midday, overcast but still warm after a couple of very hot and sunny days. Been a busy time at the allotment lately, so let's just roll the theme tune and I'll show you what's been going on. Right, this bed then, where I had my potatoes last week, dug them up. There's a couple of onions still there, one just growing just for fun, see how big it'll get. Another one with a nice flower, onion flower on it. Why not? I've planted a row of mooly radish and a couple of rows of spinach. Now what you will notice, if you've seen a couple of previous videos, I did have a row or two of carrots there, which I was quite disappointed with. I've dug those up because they're not going to get any bigger. Start from this end. Now, the biggest carrot I did get was the only one I managed to chop in half with a spade. Can you imagine how a lot? Yeah, there we go. That's a reconstruction. Right, so carrots in rough order of size. I've got a few almost decent ones. And then we get into the, yeah, okay, satisfactory category. Then we get into the, oh dear, are they worth taking home? Then we get into the, oh dear, micro carrots. I've got to draw the line somewhere about which go home to the pot and which don't. I think I'm going to draw the line somewhere there. These, probably compost heap. Oh, the life of a carrot. Right, the next bed, sweet corn, turnip and squash. Sweet corn. Coming along nicely. And to develop things that'll turn into sweet corn. Yeah, they're alright, they're alright. 2 rows of turnips. I am in 2 minds now whether to thin them out or not. I might thin out 1 row and then compare it to the one I haven't thinned out, but that'll be next week's job. Then we come to the squash, where a few weeks ago they were just about dead. A few weeks ago transplanted them here. They seem to be coming on okay, although they've got a bit of catching up to do versus the squash I'll show you in a minute, but at least they're alive. Okay, on to the next bed. We have got nice row of beetroot there. We've got the climbing beans climbing, and yes, they can climb up metal. Built a frame out. I didn't have any string at the time, so put some wire on there. They're climbing up, spiraling up nicely. We've got a couple of cucumber plants grown outdoors. Couple of cucumbers there, another one there. I've already had one from these plants. The guy next door gave me them, so that's alright, because grown outside. Not really expecting much, but there's 2 or 3 there. And we've got the leeks. Come down so you can see how tall they are. Looking lovely, coming on. They'll be in the ground for a fair few months yet. All good in this bed. Right, now we've got squash and courgettes. So these squash plants planted at the same time as the ones over there. They were in the grass over there. They weren't happy at all. But these, look at them. There are 3 plants here. 3 plants. And they're crawling all over. They're trying to escape over here. Got a couple of squash in there already. It's crawling all the way over here. There's another one here that's reached here. And it's crawled all the way down the side, all the way down the side, and the plant starts somewhere in there. So it's just amazing, really. Amazing the difference. A bit of good conditions and the right place, right time does for plants. Look at all them leaves, all absorbing sunlight, helping the plant to grow. We've got squash all over the place, and the courgettes. I'm getting about 10 a week. I had 13 last week. This week, how many have I got? 9 this week. They just keep producing. They've still got flowers on them. The thickness of the stems is just monstrous plants. Monstrous plants. And to think I was worried about these at first because I brought them out when it was really windy. They didn't look very happy. But it's just a sea of green. A sea of green. I've got my main crop of potatoes here. Maris Piper and King Edward. Maris Piper, King Edward. 2 rows. Can't remember which one's which. Hopefully we'll find out when we dig them up. This row seems to be dying back a little bit more than this. But a few weeks left for them yet. But I've got enough potatoes at home from last week. Anyway, from the secondarias. And the onions. My onions planted at the start of April. 37 there. I think I planted 50, so there's been a bit of wastage. How did I know they were ready? They'd all flopped in unison. Synchronised flopping. I'll show you a picture. So that kind of told me they were ready. So I'm going to put them in the shelter at the back. Leave them to dry out. But pleased with that. Right, then we get to fruit zone. Apples. Branches weighed down with the quantity. Yes, some have dropped off in the wind. There's an argument I could pick that up and take it home, but don't know how long it's been there. So apple tree doing well. We've got some brambles in here. Lovely. Kept a bramble bush in there. Just grew it along some wood. So that is all good. I need to work out which branches I trim back and if I move that, if that stays there next year. But all good so far. And then we've got the raspberries still producing. The early ones that have come up. But do you remember this is an autumn raspberries, so they are just developing their proper raspberries now. So that's to look forward to. Cherries, the birds have eaten them all. Plums, no show. And then we've got pears. We do have some pears. There's the other one. There's one in there somewhere. There's one. There's one. I only ever get about 4 or 5 pears from that tree. It's an old tree. Does its best. Does its best. Whatever we get is a bonus. Then we get on to the last bit. Pumpkin and raspberries. So the pumpkin here. See, there's not as much leaves as if you think back to that squash. There's just solar panels of leaves all over the place. These, I think the size of the pumpkin will be affected by how many leaves they've got. They're still flowering. Some are developing pumpkins already. This one, for example, there's a pumpkin. And these ones where they've got more leaves, as you can see, that's a couple of plants. They're all merging together now, but there's flowers. There's more leaves here, and we've got a pumpkin there of a bigger size. It's not round yet. There's a round one. There's a round one. So, pumpkins, yeah, they're in the grass. It's a bit of a faff weeding round them, cutting the grass. You can't strim in this area anymore. I'm down on my hands and knees with a pair of scissors. But they're all still alive. They're all still alive, which is the main thing. And there's my onions drying on a little bench. Busy times at the allotment. Plenty of stuff coming out the ground, plenty of stuff to come out the ground, and still a little chance of getting some more stuff into the ground. So, right, thank you for watching. send me a comment if you like, click subscribe if you like, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers.